You people have called you the real Tony Stark.
The stress primarily comes from not taking action over something that you can have some control over.
Yes, Senator. I think everyone should have control over how their information is used.
Academic research brain implants.
Hey everyone, today we're tackling a question that affects us all. How did tech giants like Google, Amazon, and Facebook become unstoppable monopolies? They promise convenience, but at what cost? From crushing competitors to widening inequality, we're exposing how these corporations reshape our lives and why we should care. Buckle up. This is a deep dive into power, control, and the death of competition. Google, Amazon, Facebook, now Meta, Apple, and Microsoft dominate every corner of our digital lives. Google handles 90% of global searches. Amazon controls nearly 40% of US online retail. Facebook owns 3 of the world's top social platforms. This isn't just success, it's supremacy. These companies didn't just grow organically, they built empires by swallowing competitors. Google bought over 270 companies, including YouTube and Android. Facebook acquired Instagram and WhatsApp, neutralizing rivals. Amazon's acquisitions span from Whole Foods to Ring. But here's the kicker. Their power isn't just about size, it's about control. They set the rules for app stores, search results, and even what products you see. Small businesses, they're forced to play by tech giants' terms, or perish. And the fallout? Stifled innovation, shuttered stores, and an economy where a handful of corporations hold all the cards. This isn't capitalism, it's a digital dictatorship. Take Amazon. In the 2000s, a startup called Quidsy, parent of Diapers.com, threatened its baby product sales. Amazon's response? Slashed diaper prices below cost, losing millions to undercut Quidsy. When Quidsy resisted, Amazon offered to buy them. Refusal meant bankruptcy. Quidsy sold. Amazon then raised prices. This isn't an outlier, it's a strategy. Amazon uses its vast resources to outspend rivals, then absorbs or destroys them. Result? Less choice, higher prices long term. Small retailers can't compete. Over 12,000 US stores closed in 2020 alone, many blaming Amazon's dominance. Towns lose jobs, communities lose vibrancy, and Amazon's CEO flies to space. The cost of convenience? A hollowed-out economy where one company dictates terms, from publishers to porch deliveries. Google's motto was, "Don't be evil," but controlling 90% of search traffic has consequences. They prioritize their services, YouTube, Maps, shopping, over competitors. A European Commission study found Google demoted rivals in 45% of shopping searches. Want to compete? Good luck. Google charges apps like Spotify a 15% fee for using its payment system. Smaller apps can't afford this, vanishing from the Play Store. And their acquisitions? Waze, Nest, DoubleClick, all folded into Google's ad empire. Every click feeds their data machine, making them richer and rivals weaker. The result? A web where Google decides who thrives and who dies. Facebook's playbook is simple: copy, kill, or acquire. When Snapchat rejected Zuckerberg's offer, Facebook launched Instagram Stories, a near-identical feature. Snapchat's growth stalled. They bought Instagram in 2012 for $1 billion, a bargain now worth over $100 billion. WhatsApp followed in 2014. Today, Facebook owns the world's top messaging and social apps. Competitors? Crushed or assimilated. New platforms face an impossible choice: sell to Facebook or risk being cloned into oblivion. Innovation suffers. Why invent when Facebook can just replicate or erase you? Apple's App Store is a walled garden, safe, curated, and ruthlessly controlled. Developers pay 15 to 30% of earnings to Apple. For giants like Spotify, that's manageable. For startups, a death sentence. Epic Games sued Apple in 2020 over these fees. Apple banned Fortnite, showing who holds power. Even after court rulings, little changed. And Apple's own apps? Pre-installed and prioritized. Spotify competes with Apple Music, but Apple doesn't pay its own 30% fee. The message? Play by Apple's rules or get deleted. Microsoft learned from its 2000s antitrust case. Today, it's subtler but no less dominant. Azure cloud services rival Amazon. LinkedIn and GitHub control professional and developer networks. Their $68.7 billion Activision Blizzard acquisition? A gaming empire in the making. Competitors like Sony fear being squeezed out. Microsoft's power isn't flashy, it's systemic. Governments and businesses rely on Azure, Office, and Windows. Switching costs? Astronomical. Innovators can't compete with Microsoft's deep pockets and bundled services. Tech giants trick us into thinking we have choices. Google versus Bing, Apple versus Android, Surface versus iPad, all roads lead back to the same few companies. Even competitors depend on their infrastructure. Netflix runs on AWS. TikTok uses Google Cloud. Slamming one giant feeds another. True competition? Nearly extinct. Startups either sell to these titans or starve. From 2010 to 2020, big tech acquired over 1,000 companies. The illusion of choice masks a grim reality. We're trapped in their ecosystems. Data is the new oil, and tech giants own the wells. Google tracks your searches, Amazon your purchases, Facebook your likes. Together, they profile billions. This data crushes competition. Ever notice Amazon ads for something you searched elsewhere? That's cross-platform tracking. Small businesses can't compete. Worse, tech giants hoard data to train AI, widening the gap. Startups lack resources to keep up, deepening monopoly power. Control data, control the future, and they've already won. Amazon's rise mirrors Main Street's collapse. Over 200,000 US stores closed since 2017. Why? Amazon undercuts prices, offers prime speed, and sidesteps taxes. Small businesses must sell on Amazon to survive, but high fees eat their profits. Many report Amazon copying their products and pushing its own versions. Communities lose jobs, tax revenue, and social hubs. Amazon's convenience? A trade-off. Packages at your door. Ghost towns outside. Google's ad business is a hidden tax. They dominate search ads, YouTube ads, and third-party sites through AdSense. Want to reach customers? Pay Google. Their cut? Up to 50% of ad revenue. Publishers and small businesses lose profits, while Google pockets $224 billion yearly. Competitors like DuckDuckGo struggle to break in. Google's tools favor its ads, creating a feedback loop. More data, better targeting, more dominance. The internet's free services? Funded by a hidden tax on every click. Apple's App Store fees are a 30% tax on innovation. For Spotify, that's millions lost yearly. For indie devs, it's survival. Apple bans alternative payment systems, forcing compliance. Epic Games' lawsuit revealed Apple's internal mantra: developers should fear us. Even after court rulings, fees remain. The result? Higher prices for users, fewer choices. A stranglehold on creativity. Facebook's monopoly costs more than privacy. By owning Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger, they dictate global communication. Alternatives like Signal or Telegram lack network effects. Switching is lonely. No one joins unless everyone does. Facebook exploits this, mining data to sell ads. Big tech's rise wasn't inevitable. It was enabled. Lax antitrust laws and regulatory capture let giants grow unchecked. Google and Amazon spend millions lobbying. The US hasn't passed major antitrust laws since the 1980s. The EU fines them, but penalties are drops in their profit buckets. Regulators lack tech savvy and urgency. Meanwhile, monopolies rewrite the rules in real time. Tech monopolies fuel inequality. Their CEOs rank among the world's richest, while warehouse workers face grueling conditions. Amazon's Jeff Bezos earned $13 million hourly in 2020. His workers, $15 an hour. Tax avoidance starves public services, deepening divides. The gig economy traps drivers and deliverers in precarious jobs. Convenience for some, exploitation for many. Monopolies kill innovation. Why risk new ideas when you can buy or bury rivals? Google's innovation now means incremental updates, not breakthroughs. Startups avoid competing with giants, focusing on niches. Breakthroughs like TikTok are rare and quickly copied or acquired. The result? A tech landscape of sameness, where monopolies decide what's next. Brace yourselves. The next wave of monopolies isn't just coming for your wallet, they're coming for your mind. Companies like OpenAI and Elon Musk's empire aren't content with dominating markets. They are colonizing your career, your car, even your brain. Think AI is just a tool? Think again. ChatGPT already writes essays, codes software, and drafts legal docs. It could threaten 300 million white-collar jobs by 2030. Lawyers, writers, and analysts are replaceable by algorithms trained on stolen data. But wait, OpenAI's GPT-5 will be locked behind paywalls, forcing professionals to rent their own obsolescence. Tesla's full self-driving isn't just about cars, it's about data. Every mile you drive feeds its AI, perfecting a system that might one day replace Uber, truckers, and you. Own a Tesla? You're a beta tester for a robo-taxi monopoly. Neuralink, Musk's brain chip venture, promises to cure paralysis. The fine print reveals plans to monetize your thoughts. Imagine ads piped directly into your cortex or your memories stored on a SpaceX server. Sound dystopian? It's already FDA approved for human trials. These companies don't just compete, they conquer. OpenAI partners with Microsoft. Tesla hoards lithium mines, EV charging networks, and satellite internet. Musk controls social media, neural tech, rockets, and AI. It's vertical integration on steroids, a closed loop where resistance is futile. They are privatizing the future. Who decides if AI writes our laws? If self-driving cars rule our roads? If brain chips become mandatory for jobs? The answer is unelected CEOs chasing shareholder value. Your home isn't safe either. Amazon's Alexa listens, Google's Nest learns, but AI-powered smart homes will anticipate, adjusting your thermostat before you feel cold, restocking milk before you notice it's gone. Convenient? Sure, but each click of compliance deepens dependence. And let's talk jobs. ChatGPT's rise mirrors Amazon's retail massacre. Small startups can't train $10 million models. AI will centralize, not democratize, creativity.
The model understands what I'm asking for. It'll think what type of style it should have. So this ability to really understand what the character is and make edits.
The message? Surrender your skills to corporate algorithms or starve. Even your car is a spy. Tesla's cabin cameras monitor drivers. Autopilot data trains its AI. Future updates might lock features behind subscriptions. Brake assist, $10 a month. Privacy? A relic. Control? An illusion. Neuralink's the endgame. Once tech is in your head, opting out means digital exile. Forget quitting social media, try quitting the internet in your brain. The stakes? Autonomy itself. These monopolies don't just dominate, they define reality. ChatGPT could soon write news, spin propaganda, or gaslight your memories. Tesla's AI might decide who's a safe driver based on biased data. Neuralink could edit thoughts under the guise of optimization. Unaccountable algorithms ruling every layer of life. And unlike Google or Facebook, you can't boycott tech fused to your skull. Regulators are asleep at the wheel. AI patents get rubber-stamped, Neuralink skirts FDA scrutiny with medical promises, and Tesla lobbies to kill public transit, herding us into its ecosystem. The cost is a future where you don't own your job, your car, or your thoughts. Innovation is stifled as startups are crushed or acquired. Choice is a mirage. Pick between Tesla's OS or OpenAI's chatbot, both mining your data. In short, you are both the product and the fuel. Every ChatGPT query, every Tesla mile, every Neuralink pulse enriches monopolies while training them to erase your relevance. The solution is clear. Demand AI transparency, break up vertical monopolies, and ban neurotech profiteering. Support open source alternatives and reject convenience that chains you. The warning is stark. Today's tech titans make yesterday's monopolies look quaint. If we don't act, our careers, our homes, and our minds become corporate IP. And humanity? Just another asset on a balance sheet. Tech giants control information flows, threatening democracy. Facebook's algorithms promote outrage for clicks, fueling polarization. Google's search bias shapes opinions. Amazon's book dominance silences marginalized voices. When a few companies gatekeep information, truth becomes a commodity, sold to the highest bidder. History shows monopolies can fall. Standard Oil and AT&T were split, spurring competition. Today, experts urge similar action. Break Google into search, ads, and Android. Split Amazon's retail from AWS. Restore competition, not punish success. But political will is lacking. Escaping big tech is hard but possible. Use DuckDuckGo, Signal, or indie stores. Support local businesses. Open source software like Linux resists corporate control. Co-ops and decentralized platforms, e.g. Mastodon, offer hope, but convenience addicts us. Change requires sacrifice and collective action. Change starts with us. Demand antitrust enforcement. Support laws breaking up monopolies. Boycott products exploiting workers. Vote with your wallet and ballot. Pressure regulators to act, not just talk. Silence helps monopolies. Outrage forces change. We stand at a crossroads. One path leads to a future controlled by a handful of Silicon Valley giants. The other leads to a world where innovation thrives, where competition is real, and where power belongs to people, not monopolies. The choice is yours. Share this video. Boycott exploitative platforms. Support local businesses. Demand that lawmakers break up big tech's stranglehold. Every click, every purchase, every vote is a step toward that future. Don't just watch the world change, be the change. Thanks for watching. Stay vigilant, stay loud, and remember, the internet was built to connect us, not to control us. See you in the fight.